Hello, welcome to Student Spotlight, where we get to hear from you guys. And today I'm really excited because we have Christian Brady with us. So, Christian,
Hi.
welcome. Will you tell
Thank
us
you.
a little bit about yourself? Just who you are, where you go to school, how long you've been at Johnson Ferry?
Okay. Well, I'm Christian Brady. I'm a junior at Pope High School. I've been at Johnson Ferry since I was born, so 17 years.
Yes, love it. We love to see that. Okay, so Christian, just so that people can get to know you a little bit, I'm going to ask you some fun questions, maybe some more
Okay.
serious questions. But my first question is anything on earth that you could rate 10 out of 10? It can be anything, book, movie, experience, whatever. Think about your life. What do you rate 10 out of 10?
I think I'd rate like that
Hard.
feeling. I don't know, the feeling you get when like the rain comes. So like in the summer where it's like kind of hot outside, and you can like
Hmm.
sit there and like you can smell the rain coming, and you're like, oh, it's coming, and then it like comes, and it's just like a release of energy. I know that's kind of
Ooh.
weird to say, but like and
No.
it's cool outside and it feels good. So
Is
I
this
like
like,
that.
yeah, is this like a rain where like you can still see the sun shining?
Yes,
You know what I
and
mean?
like, you
Oh,
see the rainbow in the distance, like that kind of thing. Yeah.
that's like the best answer I've ever heard. I don't know what I was expecting when I asked that question, but like that is the best answer. That's so great.
Thank you. I'm so
10,
touched.
10 out of 10, a summer rain. I love that. That's so sweet. Um, well, Christian, I know we kind of had some fun questions, but I would love to get to know a little bit more about you and maybe what God has been doing in your life.
Okay.
So I know life looks really different for everyone right now, but specifically in your life, like what all has changed in your life in the past year? What are some things that you feel like God has taken you and done in your life in the span of a year? Will you share a little bit of that with us?
Yeah, so last year I was at the Walker School. Around this time, I found out that my dad's job was changing, that he was no longer going to be at the same school, which meant I couldn't be at the same school anymore. So I didn't know where I was going to school, what that would look like, what my schedule would look like. I'd have to make completely new friends. I didn't know anyone at the school he was going to. But I knew people at Pope, and I just adamantly told my mom that I would not ever go to Pope High School. I told her that, and I was like, nope, not going. And I think Jesus was like, okay, funny, you're going to Pope High School. Like, we'll see how this works. And so I think it was interesting to see how I was frustrated the whole time. I was like, I just want to know when I'm going to school. Like, I like constant in my life. And so I think the idea of like not knowing where I was going or what I was doing was like terrifying. And so the idea of just not knowing anything was really nerve wracking. But I think the whole idea of it was that God was teaching me you have to be flexible. You have to understand you're not going to know anything. You're not going to know everything. You got to just kind of relax and let it all go. And that's really good because this year I was talking to my mom earlier and I was like, Mom, I think I know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to eventually go on mission, live on mission. And yeah.
Yeah. It seems like the Lord was asking you to walk through a lot of uncertainty, a lot of change, like really stretching you, refining
Yeah.
you. And I think it's always funny when we like look at things in our life and we're like, I am never gonna do that. No, like God, I will never do that. And then he's like, we're gonna
Yeah.
do that.
I think it was funny because I was on camp. I was at a camp with Johnson Ferry and I was a
Yeah.
counselor. And I came back and I was talking about how all these girls were screaming in the middle of the night. I was like, I could not get them to go to sleep. They thought there was a murderer. They thought there was a burglar. They thought all their stuff was going to disappear. Like they didn't know what was going on. I was like, y'all, it was the wind. It's okay. Telling my mom this at Waffle House of all places. She goes, okay, so we have some news. And I was like, okay, I'm going to Pope High School. She goes, yep, you are. And I was like, okay, great. Like, I didn't know what else to expect. I was like, okay, like, it's fun now. But like at the time, I was really nervous.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what it was going to look like. And I had said I will never go to Pope High School. And I think the lesson for me is to say, I am never doing anything again because when you say that, God's plan for you just magically appears right in front of you when you don't really realize it.
I think you're right. And he, more so than like just God, instead of him just like giving us what we want, he uses all these opportunities to show us like, here's the way I want you to grow. And like you said, like you had this great revelation of like, you feel like God is calling you to live on mission wherever you are, whatever that looks like, whether it's at Pope High School or the Walker School or on your street or in a different country, like wherever. I think it's really cool to see how God is already preparing you for those things like right now while you're in high school, because you can live on mission right now in high school. Like that is just so beautiful and so encouraging for me to see. And also like, that's hard to move schools in high school.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah. So, but just another testament to like how God can take really broken and hard things and do really beautiful things out of them. So, so you talked about living on mission. I'm just curious, have you and your family had any opportunities to live on mission where you are, even during quarantine?
Yeah, so we made a sign in front of our house that changes every day or every week whenever we decide to change it. And it has a Bible verse on the front, or for Easter week, we had like just like a Bible verse. And then on Friday, it was like, it's Friday, but Sunday's coming. And then Saturday, there was nothing on it. And then Sunday, it was, he is risen. And the other side said, he is risen indeed. And so I think that has been some good things that have come out of this, that we've been able to share little bits of the gospel with people. And a lady the other day dropped off a note that said, like, she put it in our mailbox, but she said, thank you so much. This was such a great encouragement to me. Like, thank you for all you've been doing. And it was really nice to see someone be like, you're doing good. And like, sometimes you don't normally get that. And so I think that when you get that, it's a little bit of God being like, you got this, you're doing the right thing. Like, I trusted you with this, and you're doing what I told you to do. And so I think that was a really big encouragement for me and my family.
Yeah, I so admire you guys for doing that. And I think that's such a cool way. Just a really simple, intentional thing to do that just is like, we just like letting your light shine into the world. So I have a game that we're going to play, and we're going to see how many things you can get done in a minute. So maybe you've seen on Instagram lately, there's like one of those filters going around that's like Mad Gab. You can get in a minute. I believe in you. Ready?
Okay.
Set, go.
How sweet this hound. How sweet the sound.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Pretty Shake Shack. Scent. Oh, wow. Pretty Shake Scent. Pass.
Okay. We can come back.
I don't know that one. Ape Hand Hub Hair. Ape Hand Hub. I don't want to pass it again, but I don't know. What?
Ape Hand Hub Hair.
Hub Hair. Pass. Okay. I cannot get these. Oh. You sure new deal. You sure new deal.
You sure noodle.
Dull. Wow, y'all are gonna be very. You sure noodle.
It's kind of hard. One more.
Yeah.
Yes, one more. Okay.
Of lion's coral.
Okay, that was it. That was a minute. You got
I only got one.
Well, you know what? You got one. That's great. Like, that is something to take home with you. So hopefully the people at home are better than we are at this. But if not, that's okay, because probably nobody's ever going to come up to you on the street and be like, get this right now. Or, so no worries. Just a little fun, just a little laugh. Thanks so much for just putting up with the silliness, but also sharing with us today and being our student spotlight.
Thanks for having me.